Hey, good. Let me turn this down. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Hey, I started. You stop talking. How many Cheez-Its can you possibly eat? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday night. It is not drawn and quartered. I was just so bummed today because my favorite artist of all time for the past close to 30 years, I'm gonna think, because I was thinking back, I was like, was it when did he become my favorite artist? And I loved him when he was doing X-Men, but he really became my favorite artist when Avengers Forever came out, which was about 24 years ago. But I loved his stuff before that. I only got in touch with him about 2 years ago, which it just bummed me out. We had a kind of a similar take on how Marvel was destroying comics. Um, so he was of a similar mindset to where the industry was going. I told him if he wanted to, ever wanted help with um, Aerosmith too, like if he wanted to crowdfund it. But he already had a deal with Dark Horse, I believe Dark Horse. And I'm not crying, I'm just sniffling. But boy, if there was ever I didn't know him. We talked back and forth on Facebook a little bit, not as much as I would have preferred. I would have loved to have really gotten to know the guy because he is just my favorite artist. And boy, I've really sort of been reevaluating my work since I heard about he passed away. And hey, Kevin,
Hey, buddy.
how you doing?
I am here. I am ready to talk some Carlos Pacheco
Yeah,
and also the passing of Kevin O'Neill as well.
and Kevin
Uh,
O'Neill, who I was a fan of in my like the '90s, dude. Martial Law was. Oh, Gary's trying to get in here. Martial Law was such a fun book back in the '90s. Um, but yeah, Carlos, we were gonna do a Kevin O'Neill night for Drawn and Quartered, and then Carlos passes away today, and I'm
yeah.
just like, I just can't. I was so bummed all day today. It's and I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even know him well, or I wouldn't say I even knew him. We just DM'd each other a little bit, um, talking about art, and he showed me some advanced Aerosmith stuff back before it came out, and showed me the inks. And dude, his new inker, the inker on, I haven't even gotten the new freaking book yet.
Oh,
Aerosmith. Have you gotten Aerosmith too?
I haven't even gotten the first one. Where I live, it's kind of hard to track down.
Oh,
Um,
really? Oh, Aerosmith is so good. But I never go to the comic book store. I haven't been to the comic book store in forever, so it's like I forgot to go get Aerosmith too.
yeah.
Uh, I'm trying to figure out where I have my. This is how much. This is how much I've referenced Avengers Forever. Look how
Oh,
beat
yeah.
up. This is like my most beat. It's like my comic book Bible right here.
Yeah.
I absolutely fell in love with Carlos's work, his layouts, his figure
Yeah.
work, his poses, just uh and I have one of these pages. Carlos Pacheco is the only artist in my entire life who I paid for an original art page.
Whoa, dude. You own original?
I own
Avengers.
I own more than one because I inked him on X-Men on I inked him for a couple pages, so I have one page that I inked him on from Starjammers.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Yeah.
That was
I
my
wish it
first.
was a better page, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's just having gotten to have worked with him who, like I said, dude, this is my when I was a kid, he would have been my John Byrne. But as an adult, as a mature artist, he was my number one, man. I'm so bummed that he will never draw another page. And I am tearing up. This is so stupid. I didn't.
It's okay, man.
Oh crap.
This stuff has hit me hard, man. Like a couple of things. When Eddie Van Halen died, it hit me hard, and when Stan Lee died, it hit me hard, and then Carlos is like, man, it's like,
Kicking the nuts.
yeah, yeah. I mean, these are people that I really enjoyed. Like, I just, I can't even tell you because like you mentioned Starjammers. Starjammers was my first exposure to Carlos's work,
Yeah.
and I just thought it was awesome. I couldn't wait to see him on something else. And let me guess, I'm trying to remember, but in my mind, the next thing that I picked up from him, I'm going to say was Avengers Forever, and that was just, oh, dude, that was that.
Yeah.
What can you
Dude.
say about that, man?
Well,
I
now
mean,
wait. Starjammers was
it may
what
not have
year
been
was
his
that?
next thing, but it was the next thing I got of
No,
him.
and the
That
Starjammers was like 90s, dude.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. Avengers Forever was right.
98.
Yeah, yeah. It was just right because I was down in at CrossGen when I got the whole series and was reading it and stuff because people used to steal it from me to read it because I was like, dude, this guy's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And so like I think Don Hillsman and maybe even Jimmy Chung. I could be wrong, but I think those guys were kind of bumming off my copies of it, and then they were like, okay, I got to go out and get this. And
I gotta find my Aerosmith. Where that's all my.
I mean, it's
Oh,
been
but
a while, but
if you here, you know what? I'm gonna dig up some stuff. Didn't Walt Simonson do Starjammers? Well, I'm sure there were multiple Starjammers series here.
yeah,
Hold on. Starjammers Carlos Pacheco.
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
legitimately
Walt
so
Simonson.
freaking bummed, dude. I'm so
Yeah,
bummed.
yeah. Well, I'm here to at least try to pick up the mood a little bit. I mean, I'll still talk about things that are bumming us out, but I'm going
Yeah,
to
so
try
I
to do it
believe
lighthearted.
Starjammers was inked by Art Tiber. Um,
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
but there were pages because I think it was Art. I know he did the X-Men stuff, but
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, hold on.
Let me see here.
But he got I know that whoever was inking it fell behind, so you know how what Marvel does, they piecemeal stuff out. So we
Yeah, yeah,
got
cool.
some in Mike Christian and me. I think maybe Jason Rodriguez got some too. Unfortunately, this is a great scan. Oh, you know what? Comic Art Fans is gonna have the best scans.
Oh, yeah. Or Heritage Auctions. Heritage Auctions got some really high res scans of all his stuff if it's on there. Like if anybody
Cedric,
sold any pages, they got really high res
dude, I've
scans.
been talking. You know Cedric from
Uh,
Com.
I know of him. I don't know him
Dude,
personally.
dude took a real job. I mean, a normal job because he needed the insurance.
Yeah,
That breaks my heart, man.
yeah,
Cedric is so freaking good. Oh yes, and then Carlos did here. I don't want to fill full screen. There we go. Batman, Superman, Batman.
yep.
Wow,
He
what's it
also did
called?
a
Oh, what the heck
uh
was the name of the book?
I think it was
something
just
Justice.
Superman, Batman, because there was like
No. There was a name to the. It probably
it
says here. I
wasn't
was trying.
World's Finest.
No, it was.
Because I think he did that right after Ed did his run on Superman, Batman. Am I?
Yeah, that was fantastic too. I have all of this stuff here. I think the only what really irritated me was when we went back to Marvel and like they didn't put him on a steady run of stuff, so it's like I
Yeah,
couldn't collect them in trades,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is
He
like
was jumping
one.
around to Ultimates
Yeah.
after he did that, and they'd give him a little bit of Ultimates, a little bit of a cover here and there to something else, and then yeah, it was just he was bounce. They were bouncing him around a lot.
Amy says, "Can I draw something of the his to cheer you up, Mike? It can't all fall to Kevin." Elliot, get in here,
Elliot,
dude. Oh, I don't think I sent him the link
and this
because I tried to
is
call him earlier, but he didn't answer his phone. So I was like, "Damn you, Elliot! Make me go through
um
this with Kevin."
yeah. Well, I don't mind celebrating Carlos Pacheco, and I can tell everybody a ton of great stuff that I love about his art. And I mean, dude, you
Yeah,
could just learn so much. Like, just Avengers Forever is just how like masterful all
you know
like
what?
his layouts and stuff.
I'm gonna share the page that Carlos shared with me. Um, hold on, Carlos. I will never be able to DM him again. It makes me sad. Um, I'll show you the last piece he sent me, but it's really like here. It was like a work in progress.
Oh, cool.
He's like, I gotta go. I gotta finish this piece.
I see it.
Yeah, look, and these are obviously these are just breakdowns. But gosh, I love the way he does finger. I'm gonna start doing my fingers more like he did. I used to do it more like he did, and then I kind of broke away and did my own stuff. But I forgot how much I love how he does fingers. So I'm gonna. uh, all right. So I sent him this piece, and he just wrote me back, more arrows. Okay, I'm going the wrong direction. So sorry, ladies. There's some caveman schlongs, but dude, the inks on this, I was like, is that Jesus? Because Jesus is my favorite. The Carlos Pacheco Jesus Marino combination is my favorite combination. And I look at this, I was like, dude, that's like Jesus good. Oh no, Kevin left. It was the schlongs. Yeah, so this is for Aerosmith too. And this is the pencils he sent me beforehand. So he's just so good, dude. I can't even. I can't even. But wow, great art. Elliot's work really reminds me of Pacheco's some solidness. Elliot, aren't you doing a live stream? Elliot, are you doing a live stream? We seem to have lost Kevin, but that's okay. We'll get back to him. Let's see next. Oh no, that's by Ivan Rice. See, that's the thing. It's like I want to just click through Carlos Pacheco work, but when you go to collections, you can't just click next because when you click next, it goes to some other artist on Comic Art Fans. Elliot.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I cannot.
You cannot?
No.
Jerk. Hey, man, sorry about your loss, brother.
It's not my loss. It's the world's loss. I'm just bummed about it.
Dude, I feel you, man. I just found out maybe an hour or so ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw J. Scott Campbell posted on something on Instagram. I said, what? That's a lot of comic artists this year, man.
Dude, I couldn't even. And by I couldn't even, I mean literally, like I took my kid to his math class. I came home, I went back, I got him, and I was just bummed I was like the kind of bummed where you just like, I'm just going back to bed. And
No, I hear you.
I just went back. I went to bed, dude, and I was like, like I don't want to
I
deal with
fe-
it.
I felt
I don't
that
want to
way
feel it.
about Kim Young Gi. I felt that way about Tom Palmer. Can't believe he passed.
It's been a year. Was Tom
Man,
Palmer this year or last year?
I could swear it was this year. Let me see.
Gosh dang, man. The hits just keep rolling.
Tom Palmer, August 18th, 2022. Yeah. I tell you what, it was a lot, man. It's just it's sad, but this one was surprising because he was young, right?
60.
That's young.
Ah, ah. This is. I want. Should have bought more pages. I bought one page. I was telling Kevin earlier. He's the one artist I've ever bought a page of original art from.
Yeah.
I don't own. I mean, I own other people's original art, but it's like swaps and trades and stuff. Because I was like, why am I gonna buy somebody else's? And like, I saw Carlos Pacheco pages, and I'm like, I have to buy a Carlos. He's my favorite. How you doing, Aaron?
Good. I was saying, you guys looking at? Hey, jerk.
man.
You guys just looking at Carlos Pacheco? Is that right?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing.
Isn't this
Just,
the that Avengers miniseries he did?
Avengers Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here.
How much are these going for?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just looking here because I figured that's a good place to get good pictures.
You know
of
who
the
else we
of his
lost
actual
too?
pencils.
You know who else we lost? Kevin O'Neill also.
Yeah, that was last week. Tonight was
Mm.
gonna be a Kevin O'Neill drawn and quartered, but after the news today, I was just like, I told you, I just couldn't, man. I was so depressed. I just didn't even.
Sucks, man.
Yeah. And it's funny because we were just talking about Kevin O'Neill like a few weeks ago. Remember we were going through that whole martial law thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we lost Neil, Kevin, we lost Tom Palmer, we lost Carlos.
Oh, Long Halloween. Tim Sale.
Tim Sale,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I forget that.
2022 has been a son of a bee.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Not to depress everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Glad I came by.
But at the same time, man,
Yeah.
at the same time, we can certainly, I guess, is what you're trying to do tonight is like celebrate them too, you know, and
Yeah,
and thank God that we had people like that in our world for a while, and hopefully, you know, someone will look back at my life and when I'm gone, and then they'll be grateful for something I've contributed, God willing. But yeah, man, it's all
which I was kind of saying is like his passing today. It really made me like reevaluate like the effort I'm putting into my art because I look at Carlos's stuff as like it's not flawless. Obviously, there's no such thing,
right.
but you could tell like he put everything into every part. Right. It's like
Right.
look at these backgrounds. He never skimped on a background, a foreground, a midground, any of the characters. He was like all in on every aspect. And I mean, put that together with his just amazing figure work, his amazing storytelling, his amazing layouts. He does the best freaking layouts in the industry.
Yeah.
Did the best layouts in the industry. I wish I could draw like Carlos Pacheco.
You kind of do, man. You definitely have the spirit of Pacheco in your work.
Well, I just feel like I'm not doing enough to try to measure up to that, you know?
So are you going to draw more arrows after all?
More arrows.
Yeah, it's a loss for certain, but you know,
I'll
tell you what.
Look at that fabric, Aaron. Are you looking at that fabric?
I'm looking at the fabric.
Are you looking at the fabric?
Oh, on Kang?
the whole page, the sheets on Kang, the capes, the drapes, I love his fabric.
No, I really I like his work a lot. I was wondering if has he been doing anything recently? I mean, before he got
Yeah, he was working on Aerosmith too.
was he?
I'm not sure if the whole thing was done and published or not.
Dude,
But last time I talked to him, that's what he was
what
working
if they asked you to follow up on that, Mike? Would you do it?
on. Follow Carlos Pacheco?
I think you're the only guy I know that in that style, in
No.
that family of
I think
art.
Ivan Rice is probably.
No,
You don't think so?
Ivan is a Neil Adams guy.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Neil Adams in Carlos. There's a lot of Neil Adams in all of us. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say there may be more Alan Davis in him than
Yeah,
Neil Adams.
but there's a lot of Neil Adams and Alan Davis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I
We
think.
are
That's
all
what I
the
think.
grandchildren of Neil Adams. Oddly enough, he never.
We
got
lost
enough
Neil
credit for
too. We lost Neil this year too.
that.
Yeah. I will say though, one of the things I loved about Carlos was the way he did the fingers, like the gnarly
Yes.
fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
He was
my
really
gosh!
good at that, like cool.
Like everything, every hand pose was important.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's
Even-
the key rule to art. It's like faces and hands are the two most expressive parts of the body.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like
Yeah.
after you get your gesture work done, it's like that's where you put your intention, attention and intention.
Yeah, even when he was like earlier on in his career when he was doing that Wolverine stuff. Remember when Wolverine had the bone claws?
Yeah.
And even then, when it was kind of like, I was like, I don't like that. It was weird to look at that, but it was a great quality to his work in that regard. Yeah. You know what I appreciate about him too?
He's an early
He's
one.
really good at laying down, like keeping things open, and also feeling like there was enough black in the page. I always thought that was cool about his work.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's
I'm
cool.
pretty sure this was inked by Art. Yep. Art inked most of his X-Men stuff, right?
I think
If
that's
not all of
right.
it.
Yeah, I do think that is correct.
So Art probably knew him better than anybody that I know.
No, Art's been around so long; he knows everybody.
That's
has
true.
known everybody.
He was there when Carlos was born.
Mm-hmm. He was a midwife assistant.
Yeah, that's dynamite stuff right there too, man. And that's the early stuff too, right?
Yeah. Yep. This was his X-Men stuff.
Wow. That's
Okay,
Sebastian Shaw.
Have a bit of a Joe Mad flair in there, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, who didn't back then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think
I don't know who's on the scene first, if Joe or Carlos, but it just kind of has that feel to it.
Pretty sure it was Joe. When was Carl? I think they kind of came up around the same time though. But Joe hit and got big, like
Mm-hmm.
bigger than pretty much anybody anybody since Jim Lee, right?
Carlos was a lot like Chris Sprouse, as everybody loved his stuff, but he never got like huge recognition that he probably deserved.
Yeah, Chris Sprouse is great too.
Mm-hmm.
But Carlos, I'll say it again and again, is hands down. He's been my favorite artist for over 20 years, probably closer to 30.
You've always said that. He was always in your top number.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's disappointing.
I was showing how beat the crap my Avengers Forever is. Because like I say that anytime, look at this thing, poor book. You ever get artist block? This is my instant cure for artist block.
Yeah.
I don't want to draw. I just pick this up and I look at it and it makes me want to draw.
That's what I do with my Frazetta and Wrightson collections. Is whenever I just get that, I'm just like, I'm just going to look at Frazetta and make me light a fire under me.
Right.
But,
right.
I think everybody's got one or two of those, right?
I think so.
Go-to guys.
Who's yours, Elliot? Elliot's
For
got
me,
a whole cadre.
No, for me, it's always Alex Toth and Jack Kirby anymore. It wasn't always that. John Buscema does it for me too, but
Yeah, Buscema.
I think Buscema is where Carlos got his layouts from.
That's probably true. I could see
Could
that.
be, sure.
And honestly, I think John Buscema may have been somewhat of a child of Frazetta anyway.
Isn't that an interesting thing? Like trying to formulate the seeds of all of our individual styles. It's like Carlos Pacheco gets his layouts from Buscema. He gets his figure work from Davis. He gets, it's like where you nitpicking the little influence you can see in each artist. It's a kind of an interesting family tree of comic artists.
Yeah, I think most of them probably get traced back to at least guys, my age or younger, to well, not younger, but to a certain, that 40 to 60-year-old range is probably everybody's got a good healthy amount of Neil Adams in them.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, without Neil Adams, there's no John Byrne, and most of us 80s kids were all John Byrne heads, Byrne victims, so to speak.
That's tough though. I feel like, ironically, Byrne has a lot of Buscema in him too, even though it's hard to see it. But I see it in things like the hands. But and all of them came up with that formula for their work, right? Like Neil, not so much. I feel like Neil had a formula, but he almost looked like he was drawing something new again every time.
Right. Yep. I agree.
Where John Buscema and Byrne and even Jim Lee and some of those guys, they created this language and they stuck with it for like almost the rest of their careers. Yeah. Thankfully, Buscema's stuff was so strong. He was clearly he had a strong background in advertising, illustration. Kind of like how Alex Ross is, except he was way more dynamic than Alex Ross is.
Yeah,
I respect the tar out of him too, but still, But Alan Davis, I was following Davis like I was collecting all of his work for a while and just totally absorbing him. And I see the Adams inspiration in his work very, very strong. But then Davis inspired me a lot too. Some of those, like even the way he would curve the legs, he was very pronounced in that way, curving the legs. But for whatever reason, Carlos was in a lot of ways, Mike, you share a lot of the same thing. All of his guys felt like, you know how when someone flexes.
Anything I share from Carlos, I stole from him.
perhaps, but I'm saying like even Hyperion's leg, is that Hyperion in the top? I think that is. Whoever that guy is in the top panel, even his leg looks like you could grab it and it would be like steel fibers. Like it looks like it was you feel the tension in those muscles. Everything he did felt so solid. Look at those fingers and the hands there. Who is that? That's not
the entire gesture.
Quasar.
That's it. I was just gonna spill it out.
He's got those big, thick
that's
fingers.
Captain Marvel.
Well, no, Captain Marvel's in between Quasar and the monkey and the ape.
Yeah.
Quasar, you mean the guy on the left is Quasar?
The guy with the headband. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you see his legs, how like solid those look like. That guy's been working out. They're iron legs. It's cool, man. It's cool. These are the greats, and to you guys' point, a lot of these young people probably won't. They'll never know because there was not a context for it all, other than what we talk about here. It's a sad thing about that, and he, I don't think I've ever seen an interview with Carlos or anything like that. I don't know. I kind of want to do some deep dive searching.
It was interesting to me seeing everyone posting on Facebook about not, about Carlos passing away, and like nobody knew him. I mean, like,
he's Spanish, so he's not an American. He's Spanish.
That's it, right? He never.
Yeah, so unless you met him at a con or something, you're probably not a guy you'd bump into on the street.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, even Jeff Campbell, he's always jet setting around the world. He said he like barely ever talked to him or barely knew him.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't think
like,
I've ever met him or saw him at a con or anything.
yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
glad.
it's
I
a
mean,
shame.
like I said, I just DM'd back and forth with him a little bit over the past couple of years, and I wish I had more, context. But I'm just seeing that like nobody seems to have known. I mean, Art must have talked to him. He was his inker for
Yeah.
a long time.
Did Marino ink him too? Jesus Marino?
Jesus Marino, yeah. The combination is my favorite combination.
Yeah,
Jesus
he's
on
good on
Carlos.
him.
Yeah, he's so great with textures and everything.
I
Can't
liked
wait.
I like Avengers Forever, and I also liked what he did on Batman World's Finest. That
Yes.
run he
Yeah,
had.
yeah, yeah. Was that the one with Commandy in it?
That's
Where
a
they
great.
were I just saw a
Batman.
cover that I hadn't seen in a long time, but it had Superman and Batman in a cage, and they were like on a
That may
some
have been
sort
an
of
issue. It may have been an
old
issue in the
I
wooden
run.
think you're right.
thing, and Kazar was driving it.
He did
Or not Kazar, but Commandy.
I think there was another alien that they introduced that he drew. It was like a guy with either
Absolute Power. That's what it was called.
absolute power. Is that what it was?
Yeah, Batman, Superman.
Yeah,
Absolute
that's
Power.
it. That's it. Was that with Commandy?
I don't know if that was the one.
It's hard for me to tell because at the time I wasn't as familiar with Commandy back then, other than the old Kirby stuff. If anybody else drew him, I probably wouldn't have recognized him as much. But
Look at that lady. She's so sassy.
that was like the early aughts, right?
What?
The
Oh, Batman,
Absolute
Superman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was right after Avengers Forever, which was 98 to
I had like 3
2000.
copies of that book somehow. I bought it when it first came out, and then I got it at a couple of sales. I just every time I found a copy, I would buy it just in case.
Avengers Forever?
No, I had
Batman,
my
Superman.
problem with Avengers Forever is the copy I had that bad printing.
They all did.
They all
It's the
did,
only
yeah.
one. That's the one I got too.
Yeah, that was
But
the sad part of it.
it was like old school comic book misregistered.
Yeah.
Mike, there's the
Weird.
cover down there if you want to share it. Yeah, it was Superman, Batman.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, I remember just going, "Wow, this is so cool."
Yeah, his Batman
Right?
was super clean, man.
Mhm.
Super clean.
With Superman he does really nice Superman too because of that open style. It works really well with Superman, but he's still kind of stylized. You know what I mean? Looking at his figure work and stuff on Superman, it just looks really cool.
Look at him. He makes Superman almost as big as the Hulk.
I know, but it's cool.
he's like all muscle, dude.
You know who was another son of his is Carl, is it Carl Kerschel? You recognize that guy?
Yeah. I love his stuff.
He kind of has that kind of clean, open style, and some of the faces have that kind of like his stuff was Carlos was very mythical in the way he would draw stuff. Like everything felt like they could have been statues, Greek statues and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a very powerful work. Wow, that's so good. That's so good. But now you got me. I might have to just buy Avengers Forever on Kindle because I don't have that copy of that anymore.
I should get that.
They don't have the entire thing. I was trying to get it on Marvel today, and they didn't have the whole thing. You have to buy actually, I don't think they even had issue 1. I saw they had issue 12. It's like, why don't you just have the whole series? It's ridiculous. You'd probably have to go. It's dumb, but you'd probably have to go to like some pirate place.
Arg.
Look at the inking on Superman's cape. Doesn't look like Kevin Nolan.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Some of the finishes on there look like Kevin Nolan. It's interesting. He didn't ink this, did he?
I don't think so.
Nope. Jesus inked it. So good. Hey, Kevin, you're back. And muted. Kevin. Look at those rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the rocks. I can tell you, he he didn't skimp on freaking anything.
Mm-mm.
Well, Mike, there are
It makes
no
me
real
feel
backgrounds
so
there.
lazy. What?
There are no backgrounds there.
Yeah, but you don't want to lose all that stuff, especially with Wonder Woman's lasso and stuff.
That's a choice.
I know. I
Elliot.
just being contrarian with Mike.
Mm.
How dare you?
How dare I?
Look how there's a little. You see, there's a little divot in from the rope in her thigh. So,
Oh yeah.
There is, isn't there? Huh.
pay attention to the deets, sir.
Squeezing that.
Look at those hands. Golly.
Yeah. He will be missed.
Oh man.
Kevin, what are you showing us?
Oh, I was just I just had this up from where I was on before. I don't know if it's there's some
Oh, I love that page.
Avengers Forever.
Yeah.
There's Hawkeye and
Look at that pose.
I
Who can
know.
do that?
Yeah, exactly.
And get away with it. No,
The gnarly fingers there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it was? It was like if he's like McFarlane, but he can draw.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of people you may not see if you're up and coming comic artist or if you're somebody who's just reading the funny books and maybe not the ins and outs of the storytelling. But look at the composition. You got Hawkeye jumping here. He's got the crazy pose, little fingers. But if you watch, look at the gnarled kind of swinging pose that the Ice Giant has, and then it follows you down. It's leading your eye down here, and the angle of his head leads you around in the page. Carlos could do all this crazy stuff, and he was always thinking. And this is the stuff you don't really, your mind sees it, but you don't think of it because you're sucked into the drawing, and and imagine doing this small
like
panel.
The art is too big for the panels to contain.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that hand right there in that middle panel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Oh, that looks awesome. So meaty.
Big chubby fingers.
I have that problem. I have that problem when I try to do these skinny pages. I feel like there's not enough, or the skinny panels. I mean, there's not enough space for me to fit everything in there and make it work. And he does it. He finds these interesting compositions for each and layouts for each panel in these little rectangular panels and stuff, and that's what's the fun of looking at his stuff is just seeing how crazy it gets with the composition, and there's a Avengers Forever cover.
Again, look at that pose of her yellow jacket. It's just outrageous.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Giant Man too.
Yeah, you're right. I was just going to say that Giant Man's arm and everything, and the hand coming there, and
the squeezed, and hey, I can't fit into this castle, that kind of thing, and and there's a Tim Townsend, and sorry for the glare, guys. It's cameras being funny. But anyway, there's X-Men cover with Tim Townsend inking on that.
More Avengers Forever.
Yeah, I could just
so rad. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look how he fills the space.
Yeah, Jesus Moreno is the inker, I believe, on this. Moreno.
Just he takes these long, thin, vertical, horizontal panels. It doesn't even matter, and he just tells a story in each panel, like I don't even know how to describe it. You just look at it, and it's like, who does that?
Exactly. I mean, finding these fun compositions. I mean, it makes you have to think, and or looking at his stuff, you look at your own stuff a different way, And then I believe this is some more R.I.P. Bear inking. It's it's a little thin. It's not showing up well on my iPad, but his X-Men. There's the Kingpin panel with Kingpin. Oh yeah, there's a double page spread.
Ooh. Well, look at that.
I hope everybody can see it. Okay, it's not too potatoy.
No.
No, that's good. You know, that reminds me of that moment in Avengers Ultron when they're
Dude, how do you have all these scans?
Oh, Heritage Auctions.
Wait, what? Heritage? Oh, okay. Should I
Heritage
go there
Auctions,
instead?
yeah. Yeah, like they make everybody have to do really high quality, like, or I should say, high res scans. Uh, but you have to join the site to see the high res scans.
Oh.
But it's not a big
Well, I
deal.
mean, I have an account there.
Yeah, so
I sold some art through there for a while.
that,
Locking up for everybody else, or is that just me?
It looked like it locked up for me.
All right. View past sales. Okay. All right. All right. We'll put mine up here instead. Since Kevin is completely locked up. Oh, this is an old one.
Yeah, you look up the prices and you go, oh, geez, if only I'd bid on it back then, right?
Sign in. Do I have to sign in? Can I sign in? I don't even know if I have. I don't even remember my username anymore.
Don't you have yours like saved in your browser so you don't have to remember it?
I don't know. That was probably a computer ago or so when I was last on Heritage. How do I go back? Let's see. Carlos and Jesus. All right. Let me nope out and try to sign in. Probably
I just signed in.
email. Is it just your email?
Could be. It could be. I have actually a username instead of my email.
Oh, that doesn't work. Well, that doesn't work either. So, you have a username there?
I don't have an account there.
I'm opening mine up right now.
The house says his potato is baking.
What is this doing? I keep typing in Carlos Pacheco and it's giving me like parchment paper.
Is there a Carlos Pacheco brand parchment?
I don't know. It's like all this stuff on parchment, like American Revolution, John Hanson and John Jay signatures from their terms as presidents of the Continental Congress. Like I typed in Carlos Pacheco. Why do I have that?
Sign in or join. I mean, I could join.
Carlos Pacheco original art.
All right, yeah, and then just share your screen. You can drive.
Okay. Ooh, there's a couple up right now. All right, hang on. Where are we at here? I gotta pull this over here.
There's 5 available. Oh no. There's 2 original pieces.
There it is. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Current bid 140. Come on.
I know. I got my screen down if you want to share it.
All right.
Yeah. So let's take a closer look at this. You can get this for 140 bucks. Is that Onslaught? That is Onslaught, isn't it?
Well, that's the next minimum bid is 190. Yeah. Onslaught.
I did a story that Art to Bear inked that had Onslaught in it.
I did a cover for Onslaught.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah, that was back in what, 96?
6 probably. Yeah. Yeah, because it was nice because mine was Dr. Doom X-Men Annual 96. So There it is.
Zach Richmond says Miller, Lepresti, and the Jerkmonger. Evening, gentlemen. Evening to you as well.
Good evening.
Hello,
Yeah,
Zach.
let's see some of those previous sales.
I want to see this. Well, let's see what we got here. Well, you got the Vision, the Beast. Looks like the FF. Sorry, I don't mean to keep tripping everybody out. Stop it. Stop it. And that's this
Goku?
dude here. He's got a haircut.
Bishop. It's Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. Yeah. Oh, you talking about like these little anime dudes here or whatever? Calvin and Hobbes here. Who's this
thing
chick?
on a slab? That's what
Is
do you
that
mean? That's
Sue
Sue
Storm?
Storm. Yeah.
Well, who's this then?
I don't know. Zoom in. Well, it's the event. No, it's the X-Men. Wait. It's the X-Men and the Avengers and the Fantastic Four.
It's Crying Person.
Yeah.
Cry Chick.
That
Could
would
it
be
Crystal
Mm,
or the Inhumans. Kind of.
Oh, maybe.
Rogue, maybe? That would be
No.
Rogue, would it? Well, she's
No.
an X-Men.
I know, but she wouldn't have all light hair.
Well, this is the Vision, right? And then the Thing,
Yeah.
Bishop,
Beast,
Goku, or whatever his name is. Who's this dude down here? Is that Hawkeye?
Ant-Man. Look at his helmet.
Ant-Man. Oh, yeah, okay. Beast, Johnny Storm,
Yeah.
Sue Storm,
And Cry Chick.
and Crying Chick. She's very up. Yeah, maybe you're right because Ben's all knocked out. Maybe she's upset. No, she'd be if it was. Who'd you say it was?
I thought it might be Crystal, but not sure.
Yeah. Oh, Crystal. She hooked up with Johnny Storm, right? She wasn't. I was thinking of the blind chick that was.
Oh, Alicia.
Yeah, but she would be
Masters.
like hanging on Ben Grimm if he. Oh, yeah, that really pisses me off now because I have no idea who that is, and now I want to know.
It's probably one of those things you would have figured it out in the color, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if what is? Gosh, darn this thing!
Whoa.
It's like talk about it's hypersensitive. It's like where's the stop it? Where's the listing for what this page is from? All right, this is driving me nuts.
It says it on.
Try right-clicking it and opening it in another window. You might have better control.
It says it in the address, I think, when you clicked on it.
That's what I thought. It's usually down below the artwork, but
no, but if you look at the address bar, it said it in there. I think Fantastic Four something.
Oh, 416. 1996. Bob Wyacek did the inks. But it's still not saying who's it just says Fantastic Four splash page.
Oh, the inks on that is Bob Wyacek.
Yeah, right.
Do they do that? Do they put on there the other characters too? Is that a point?
No, not always. They didn't list anything on this one. They just told what it was. Here's the mighty Thor. That's kind of a Simonson vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In a way, it almost has a Wrightson vibe to it too. Like it looks like something like in the hands. It looks like something Wrightson would have inked with that kind of like, huh?
No, I was just gonna say. I was just talking about the layout. The Asgard in the background and the perspective and the big rainbow bridge.
That's that cool. Hand reminds me of like a. Oh, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The whole arm, actually.
How much did that go for?
It was sold for $235.
What?
In 2003.
Oh, well. Not accounting for inflation.
All right, here's a bunch of them.
What is it in Biden dollars?
Whoa, look at that one there. Is that a cover?
This one here, this wraparound?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Fantastic Four of Dr. Doom and everything.
Sold
this one's for
7,200.
Yeah.
The next one did too.
What is that?
Oh, that's back when Wolverine had bony.
Oh, yeah.
X-Men cover.
Yeah. Whoa, that's old.
Is that Perez?
Oh, that's Perez. What the heck is Perez doing in here? Get out of my.
You clicked on the ad instead of the
Yeah. Oh, what is this? Jeez, are you kidding me? This
Love
went for
that.
$3,000 in 2012.
Oh wow.
So dope.
I did a couple of those Marvel Index books covers where they had multiple characters on them, but nothing like this involved. You know, like Golden's done some of these, and Art
So much
Adams,
better than
and
mine.
Wow.
a
Look at all
female
that.
Captain America. Was that Bernice or whatever? Was that what her name was? It's like a Cap's girlfriend or something. Became Captain America for a while. Oh, there's Nova.
I like how his Black Panther has cat eyes.
Is that?
Oh, yeah, he does. Power Man. Who's this devil dude?
Oh, because that's
No,
Avengers
Wonder
Forever.
Man. That's
Who
Wonder
is
Man.
that? Who?
No, this is Avengers Forever. That was like a whole time, like a times multi-dimensional thing in that book, right? So those are all
Right. So that was
alternate-
Daredevil. That was the
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the old Daredevil. Right. Okay. Yeah. Hawkeye, Vision.
Yeah, that's Wonder Man, not Power Man.
Oh, no. Right here, Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
you
I
said
say Power Man?
You said Power Man. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Who's this
Who's
brain?
the floating
dude?
brain?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I bet you that's Mr. Fantastic.
Could be. There's a Black Knight.
Black
and Black
Knight.
Knight never looked so cool.
That's right.
Look at that.
His leather.
Look at Nova's fist,
I
man.
know. See, that's the mark of a great artist when you can make any character just look super dope.
I know. These all look like really cool.
I like this fist a lot. I do that a lot in my times. I'll bend that hand back sometimes. It's just natural. It looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that giant Iron Man. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from like what, 1967,
So
65?
that would make him the Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant Man.
This
Silver
guy.
Surfer, Quasar. Who's this dude?
You know, that looks
Vision.
like the Prism from Sergeant Supreme.
Oh, you might be onto something there.
And there's
Look
Wasp.
at that,
And
you
then,
made Thor so tiny.
Oh man, I love how he has all of the characters that are coming directly at you. Like when I do these, I have a center point and they're all going like out from the center point.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's doing it and every single one of them is coming directly towards the viewer.
Yeah.
It feels more like intimidating.
so he's got
Yeah.
Valkyrie, Hercules.
Gives you a real nice sense of depth too. I love that Black Knight, and I hate the Black Knight, but and there's that's Thundra right there, isn't that Thundra or whatever her name is?
Yeah, Thundra. Yeah.
Thundra.
And Scarlet Witch right there.
Moon
Dragon.
Moon Dragon.
Yeah.
There's Sif.
Oh.
Is that Sif back there
Where?
Where?
on the left? Or Valkyrie?
Yeah, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Right
I
there.
like the bottom left character is one of those web slingers. Remember that? I think that was
This dude?
yeah, that was one of the variations of Peter Parker. He had like several costumes. It was a time when he was trying to hide. He kept doing his Spider-Man stuff, but as these different characters, and that's one of them, I think.
Look how he's got. Look at the beast's toes or foot back of the toes pointed.
Yeah, he did that a lot. He will curve the toes in,
Mhm.
especially when he would draw like a character like Spider-Man or something like that.
Yeah. It's
That's
like a
pretty cool.
ballerina.
You could add this for $3,000 back in 2012, but no, you didn't act when you had the chance.
I bet you that's freaking 20 grand now, easy.
Ooh, swimsuit probably issue.
Oh yeah, let's check that out just to see his background.
I like that like simplified face
Hey, let's
right here. It's like not just a couple of lines, but it
yes.
really nice.
Look at that line work.
Is that who's this dude? It's
think
not Power Man. What the heck is his name? I just said it. Wonder Man.
He's super
that
sexy
Wonder
guy.
Isn't that Wonder
He's
Man?
got a mullet.
Isn't that Wonder Man?
That's probably Gambit.
Is that Gambit and Rogue?
I think so.
Yeah, it could be. Although she's touching him, she couldn't do that, could
Yeah.
she?
Well, not without absorbing all his powers.
Well, is it Rogue?
I don't know.
You know what? I thought it was her. I thought it was the hair was white, but it's that flower in her hair. So I don't know who it is.
No, but look, the back of the hair is white, and then to the
Okay.
right it's dark. So I think it is Gambit and Rogue.
Yeah,
Well, you know, those crazy kids these days, they're always on the edge. You know?
You think that's Gambit with that hair?
I'm gonna go unless you can wait. Doesn't it have a description?
It just said. I think it just said it was swimsuit special #4 splash page original art Marvel.
But it's got a description. Go
Um,
down to the bottom. Description.
oh, here we go. Rick Jones and Marlowe.
Oh,
Ah,
So we weren't even close.
when did Rick Jones have a mullet?
he had long hair. It's probably a ponytail.
Oh,
This was
Probably
the
Mike Miller.
1995.
He's sporting a Mike Miller.
Could be. Yeah.
That's is that what you look like, Mike, when you're reading your magazines?
no, because I tend to hold my magazines from the bottom. Like,
Yeah,
I, can't
I
really
like
hold, I don't hold them.
This is Ryan Otley, but I dig that.
Oh, Ryan's
Big
great.
monster head.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait a minute here. I want to go back and check that Fantastic Four page now that I recall how to. Oh.
Sheldon Martin's asking who's Marlowe. Marlowe was that was his love
girlfriend,
interest
right?
during the Hulk run, Peter David's run.
Ooh, let me see that X-Men versus Brood.
Where is it?
You're right on it.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Double page spread. Oh, that's sick.
All right, that's Jean Grey.
Yeah. Look at that hair.
I know. It's so nice and like thick and weighty.
Yeah, I can never get the
But
hair.
simple. Right? I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's detailed where it needs to be, but it gives it shape without over rendering.
Right. He's going for the like that thickness and that the three-dimensional quality rather than detailing it up.
Yeah.
Look at Wolverine down here getting that's kind of Alan Davis-y looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's this chick?
Moira?
Yeah, maybe.
Could be. Is this X-Men versus the Brood? Yeah. Yeah, it must be.
Wasn't that like Professor X's girlfriend or something?
Yeah.
Moira McTaggart.
Yeah.
Who's the fist?
I'm gonna find out.
There was a hand in the background. I don't know who it was connected to.
What does it say?
Vic
On the
says,
right.
now this is an artist, Mike. Yes, Vic, this is my favorite artist.
Day of Wrath Part 2. Hannah Conover's rejection of the Brood Empress doesn't sit well with the Empress's assassins. Phoenix, Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Cannonball, Bishop, Beast. They're not all in this picture. What more could an X-fan want in a cover? Are they? And we're
There's some. That's what I was saying. In the back of that, behind that big head on the right of that Brood, there's a figure back there.
Oh yeah, right here, Iceman. Is that Iceman
I can't
getting
tell.
eaten?
Must be.
Oh, I see him now.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Right
must be
here.
Iceman. Oh, what a clever way
What
to
else? What the heck else are we missing here?
You have to move the page around so it can
Well,
see.
you're seeing the whole page, dude.
I know, but you have to zoom. I'm just gonna blow this up so I can see it better.
I didn't see Iceman at all until you zoomed in.
Yeah, I didn't either. But okay, so this is like the big jaw of a. There's nothing in here.
No, there isn't.
Wait, are those characters that are like partially human turning into Brood? Are those supposed to be people?
No, because they don't look like anybody. They just look like little gremlin dudes. Okay, although this guy look with the glasses and the bowl cut. Maybe that's. Is this the Beast here?
I think
Maybe.
that's Velma.
I was going to say there's Velma. There's the Beast.
There's Shaggy.
Maybe those are the other characters that the piece mentions, but they're like mutated up or something.
And his brood are so cool.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, Kevin's got some more.
Is he operating?
Yeah,
Kevin,
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's like my laptop is overheating or doing something where it's starting to time out after a certain amount of time goes by. It just freezes. And I'm
what
sorry
page
about
is
that.
that? We can look that up.
Oh, what? I don't know. This is from
Avengers
uh,
Forever.
Avengers Forever. I know it's issue 6, story page 13, which is was the part where they were in the Old West
Yeah.
and the
There's a
old
bunch of
school
pages.
Ghost Rider.
Dude, there's like 3 pages of stuff here. Avengers Forever. Okay, we're not. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that. Look at this giant man just sitting there.
I would love to see a artist edition of this.
Yeah, no
Oh
kidding.
yeah, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And that's the thing. He did all these crazy, like all through Avengers Forever. He did all these crazy. Let me see if I can find a good example of it for you. Yeah, well, there's the next page right there. He did all these kind of crazy double page spreads of all these tons of different like Kang warriors and things like that versus
Oh
the
yeah.
Avengers. And they would be these big battle scenes, and he did that every issue. And
Yep.
he was
Dude,
on.
dude, that's why I did that in Lone Star.
Yeah, I mean, it just is mind blowing to me. It's hard to see because it's a little washed out with the lighting, and but there was like, he'd do these huge
Oh,
battle scenes,
freaking glorious.
and he would do it. I mean, he did the entire. It was a 12-issue miniseries,
Mm-hmm.
and he drew. There were no fill-ins. He did every issue,
Yep.
and I don't know how long it took him, but man, it was just crazy. This stuff would drive me bonkers.
No, I love it.
The only tough part of that is like it's hard to see stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That's what you
Yeah,
get.
it does.
That's what the colorist is for, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess I'm from that. It has to be tight in black and white. Those arrows, Michael.
Gorgeous.
No.
That's why I do what I do. When I do those double page spreads and like Monster Hunt, the first one. That's why I had a character that was a multiple character that could multiply themselves, or not essentially multiply themselves, but because I wanted to create a big army battle scene so I could do something like Carlos.
Did he look like a rabbit? A
No.
multiplier? That'd have been good.
No.
Get
And
it?
he was a fan of, or I know he definitely did a lot of this. For his covers, he would do these triangular compositions where everything, or either in reverse too, but he would do compositions like this, where it's got a triangular kind of thing, like with this, trying to adjust in the light and stuff. But you see how Wolverine and, I mean, it was a common thing for him. Let me see. And then here's some more craziness.
Yeah, we looked at that one already.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool. I know I have. Let me see. Let me go into my photos real quick and go back. Like, here's another one. Here's another crazy one. This was a.
Who's
It was
the
a
fat dude with the feet?
Yeah, these were all like Cerebro. It was a 2-issue story where Cerebro had enacted some kind of protocol, or it went off the rails, and it activated. I don't know. It's a longer story, but it basically activated these reserve mutants that were all amalgamations. Like this guy is actually like an amalgamation of Beast and um
Blob.
Yeah.
well, yeah, or it might be Blob and Blob, Beast, and Banshee. Like he has like the mutton chops and everything, and like this guy, the Gray King, is Jean Grey and Sebastian Shaw. It was just a fun little
Angel
story.
and Nightcrawler or
Yeah,
Mystique.
Mystique,
exactly. And Wolverine and
Colossus.
Colossus, and then this guy is Cyclops and Havoc.
Yeah.
And so there was a little short story where they were
And
basically
Blob.
exactly.
Blob.
Who's that female in the middle?
I think the character is called Thermite. I could be wrong.
Who is she supposed to be?
Iceman and somebody with fire powers. I can't remember. Maybe Sunfire.
Interesting.
So there was a little short story that Brandon Peterson illustrated in one of them. One part of the story, and then the next issue was Chris Pachalo, and both of the covers were by Pacheco. I think this is the first cover, and then I think that's the second one. So and those were favorites of mine. That whole story, I just had. I like doing those little crazy, fun little stories with characters that are amalgams, and just fun stuff. I like not everything has to be heavy.
You're driving, Aaron.
Oh, sorry, I fell asleep there for a minute. That didn't sound very nice, did I? I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, geez, thanks, Aaron.
Yeah. I was trying to find out who these characters were, but it doesn't list them on the thing.
Yeah.
It kind of
What
sets
characters?
the scene, but
Aaron's obsessed with the crying girl.
I know who that is. It says they colored Calvin here or Hobbs purple to make sure there wasn't any copyright issue.
It's not like freaking what's his face would ever noticed.
All right, where am I going here?
Past sales.
Here we go. Move back. That looks like the Hulk.
What's that?
Is that the
Mr.
Hulk?
Fix It?
Yeah. It would have to be if he had a suit on. And that's Captain America.
Unless it's Hyde, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's Mr. Hyde.
It looks more like the Hulk to me, though.
Oh, he's kicking him in the nads.
Oh, he is.
It might be. I mean, if it's Ultimates, it might be from where his Ultimates run is. That looks like Ultimates cap, maybe.
Well, let's see. It's
Is that Jesus Marino Inks?
I'll find out in a
tell
second.
from-
It's this is Ultimate Avengers 4, story page 12.
That could possibly be either Hyde, a different version of Hyde because it's Ultimates, or it's
No, it says here Captain America uses his years of superior combat training and tactics to kick the Hulk in his gamma pods.
No, okay, all right, there we go.
Dexter
Very
Vine
well.
inked this.
Ah, cool. All right, we'll definitely give it a different flavor.
So that's the Hulk getting kicked in his package. I don't know that would hurt though.
Yeah, Dexter's good too. Oh, that's a great page. Yellow Jacket is so much fun in Avengers Forever.
Yeah.
If any of you, somebody posted it up already on Amazon. If any of you have not bought Avengers Forever, I would highly recommend you go. I mean, obviously, I recommend anything by Carlos Pacheco, but yeah, dude,
It's like $27 on paperback on Amazon, or $16.50 on Kindle, Comixology, whatever.
Yeah.
You got some more of these juicy knuckles right here.
Yep.
Just fun layouts, fun page compositions.
Yeah, and apparently he had ALS.
Yeah.
What's that?
Seems
He
like it
did?
came on.
Yeah, really, really fast. Or he had it for a while and just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Or he may not have known, or may hadn't been able to get diagnosed, and just was like,
Or
"Hey, why am
something
I?"
may have exacerbated it
Yeah.
that he injected into his body and changed his DNA. Possible. Just
Look at
saying.
this Black Panther.
And it wasn't a super soldier serum.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, he had just announced he was retiring, and I didn't even hear anything about it. I normally you get the news or something like that, but apparently he announced he was retiring not too long ago. And man, what a just like the Hulk, a kick in the nards.
Yeah.
This is Fantastic Four 416, so that was inked by
Vince Russell? Did I say Vince Russell?
Harry Candelario, Vince Russell, and Al Milgram are credited with ink assists.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's assists. Then who? Oh, Bob Wyeth.
Oh, yeah.
So it was Studio inked.
Mm-hmm. So someone was behind.
And there was a JLA hardcover story, graphic novel, Virtue and Vice, JSA and the JLA, written by David Goyer. You guys should check that out too, even though I'm not a huge fan of David Goyer, but
That was the one, Mike. That's what I was thinking about. Virtue and Vice.
Yeah, that's when the was it the Shazam demons took over?
I don't know. The main villain was Mongol, I want to say.
Yeah, that's right.
Or
that's what I was thinking about.
What's the big guy? The big purple guy with the fin and the one eye?
Desaad.
Despero.
Despero, yeah.
Thank you.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
I have that in hardcover somewhere.
Yeah, I got that when that came out too, man.
Look how different he looks with the pen inking as opposed to the brush inking.
Yeah, Archie Bear definitely gave it a different flavor. It was pretty crazy.
It's like all Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think Iron Man. There were some of those issues where it was heroes, like I think his run started when they came back from Heroes Reborn, because they had Iron Man in one of the issues or something, and man, he just Art tore it up inking him. I mean, it was so cool. It really worked for when they had Iron Man and stuff. And
this is like super angular, and then when brush inker inks him, it's like super soft.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I mean,
and when you'll notice when Jesus Marino inks him, there's a lot more texture in a lot of the brush inking too. There's something very definitive
you can
about.
tell Jesus uses brush and quill.
Yeah, and you'll see
doing all those backgrounds with the brush.
Yeah, and there's certain little texture things that he does that is distinctly you'll know, hey, it's Jesus,
Doesn't say who. Oh, Art Taber. Yeah, this is Art here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Most of the X-Men stuff I think was Art.
Yeah.
This went for 600.
Totally back when Art does it. He made him look totally different.
Yeah.
This
went for $600 back in 2019.
Oh, I wonder if Art has any pages left.
I think I brought that up one time in the streams, and maybe Art said that stuff was long gone, but I could be wrong. I mean, I don't want to speak for Art, but I know that I was fanboying when the one time that I was on here with Art and was like, dude, I guess it's like, I love this and I love this, and I think he said something along those lines.
No, this is John Dell inking here.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to John? I haven't seen him since CrossGen.
Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't seen him do a lot of stuff. I mean, every once in a while you see his name pop up, but dude, he was killing it, man. he was doing such cool stuff on Brandon Peterson and
He used to ink somebody regularly. Who was it that he inked?
well, while he was at CrossGen, he mostly Brandon.
No, I mean before CrossGen, he was.
Howard Porter.
Yeah, Howard Porter. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, right. On JLA.
Yep.
Yep.
Good stuff. Sorry, everybody. I'm doing the nerd art appreciation thing here, so forgive me if I go crazy on this stuff.
Well, we need someone with the information, man.
Oh man, I'm student of a lot of these guys. I just loved. That's the That was another thing. I probably annoyed the crap out of John Dell when I was at CrossGen because I would
I'm
just
just irritated. I can't find all of them. I got my Aerosmith though.
Cool,
dude. When were you at CrossGen?
Oh, it was shortly before you came down. It was it was 2000 to 2001.
Okay, so you left before I got there.
Yeah. I was there till from October 2000 to May or some. I want to say it was May or maybe June, something like that. It was May of 2001.
Look at that.
What did you work on, Aaron? Across
Mystic.
Oh yeah,
I took over for Brandon on Mystic.
Yeah, because Brandon went over to another book, I think.
Well, he became art director for a period of time.
Yep.
And then he he was working on something called Chimera, and that's when Bart took over as art director. Art Sears.
Did any of you get Aerosmith?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't seen it anywhere. Trust me, I'd get it if I probably should.
Didn't he do that with Busick?
Yeah. Yeah, and he was working on the second series. I hope he completed it before he retired. And
there must be some green on the page because it's going wonky.
Yeah. But so good, dude.
Was this Image that did this? They did this to Image, didn't they? Aerosmith?
Wildstorm Signature Series, yeah.
Oh, Wildstorm, okay.
It's such a good series, too. Kurt Busiek's a great writer. Everyone go get that, too.
It's funny that on Twitter right now, Avengers Forever is trending.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hope it's for the right reasons and not whatever the new Avengers Forever was. I hate that they did it again.
Yeah. Can't touch it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't talked about a movie for that since all they do is, those type of things, and it fits right into their multiverse of madness. So they probably wouldn't keep it anymore now, but.
I would have loved to have seen an Avengers Forever movie based on the original one. That would have been so rad. Or not? It would have to be a miniseries though.
Yeah. And a lot of it was a lot of it had a lot of lore around Kang and things that you'd have to do a deep dive to properly explain all the different variations of the different Avengers that were in there and stuff. In other words, the gist of the story is they popped different Avengers out of time at different points. A lot of them when they were at their worst, their low points and stuff.
Yeah.
And which I couldn't understand what was the point of that. If you're going to pop the Avengers out to help you, why would you pop them when they're at their worst?
Because it was Supreme Intelligence doing it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and because he needed each of them to play off each other in the particular dynamic that would create that. It's like that in Endgame. Oh, was it Endgame? No, the other one. Where Doctor Strange looks through all the possible worlds or possible outcomes, and it's only the
Yeah.
one solution. So these are all these different
Yeah.
quirky versions of these characters coming together to fight together and to fight each other that led to that uh the saving of the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was great.
That,
It was
that makes sense. Man, it's been so long since I've been able to. Because some of my comics are in storage, like 3 hours away, so
Mhm.
um, I haven't been able to see it. It's been a long time.
Oh, it's noseless Wolverine. What a freaking
Yeah.
fiasco that was.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's why he wore that mask, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
His face was all chewed up
He,
or something.
he was devolved. Something happened after Magneto ripped the adamantium out of him that he started devolving because of his powers or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He
It was some.
devolved to not having a nose.
Yeah. So bizarre.
Oh, wait a minute. He's got a nose right there.
Not
Sort
under
of.
the mask, he doesn't.
Oh, I guess that's just maybe
And
a,
I think it
an
I
angle
think
on the
it
nose.
might have been an editorial mistake that let that go through that ended up with him literally not having a nose.
What do you have up here? Did he have, was it flat or did he have like holes there or something to breathe
That was
through?
like there was nothing.
It was just flat, like nothing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, excuse me. Sorry about
Really
that.
dumb. Really dumb. Ultimates.
It says Carlos Pacheco and Dexter Vine's Ultimate Thor #4.
Ah. Yeah, and Dexter's a brush inker too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he really it's just not Jesus. It's
Yeah.
good, but it's just not Jesus. Like I said, that guy, he got him on on Aerosmith too. What's his name? He's really good too. Let me see.
Well, the thing, these lines are the control here is great, but I don't like how the feathering. It does a little bit here, but a lot of this feathering, I'd like to see it a little heavier at the base, so it feels like it's coming out of the shadow more than laying on top of it, like this, right? But this kind of feels like it's that this kind of flat line stuff, like it's not really coming out of the shadow; it's just kind of laying on top of it. I don't know, it's me, but it would give it a little bit more richer flavor, I think, if these, if he did his line more like on that on that tricep there.
Dexter was ill for a while too.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he?
Did you know that he had some kind of blood condition?
Oh no.
I think it was. I want to say it was actually a blood cancer or something. Something. What was it? I can't remember. But he's
Leukemia?
much healthier now. He's gotten over it, he fought it, and
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's good. I mean, it's good that he's better.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't.
mean,
You guys didn't catch earlier. I was saying that in my brief communication with Carlos, we were talking about how the big two are basically kind of going sideways or worse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he said, I said we have to start building outside of them, and he said that's the point. This is why I've gone back to Aerosmith. I'm still under contract for Marvel, but we have to take care of the next future. So he was he saw what was going on.
Are you saying he was base?
We never got into too much of politics or anything, but I would say that if you recognize, nowadays, if you recognize the kind of crap that Marvel's doing, yeah, you're probably based.
Or what they would consider it, right?
Yeah.
Come on, you dummy. Get up.
So good. Look at that.
Stop it. My mouse is so sensitive. I just barely touch it and it starts zooming in and out, and I'm trying to do it slower. But yeah, so this is that Commandy issue of
Yeah.
Superman Batman, or mini series. I think it was a couple issues story wise.
Yeah, so that's the story where I can't remember which was it, Saturn Girl, and I don't know, a couple of time travelers from the future uh, Legion.
Yeah.
They come back in time and they basically kidnap Batman and Superman, kill their parents, and then well, obviously Batman's, and then raise them to be like the superpowers that make the world a safer place, but they end up being total dictators.
That's what you get, man, when you mess around.
Yeah.
The old time stream.
So someone, I can't remember who else, pulls them through like all these alternate realities and whatnot to teach to make them remember who they truly were. Right. Oh no! What happens is Superman's parents are killed and he's raised in the future. Batman's parents are kept alive, but somehow or another he still becomes Batman. I can't remember. I haven't read in a while.
Batman with less of an attitude.
Except now he's Hitler.
I just really like Halloween.
Yeah, here's an example of what I was talking about with.
Look at that pose. That
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely art inking and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The bloops. You call
All
it.
right,
Here's-
go ahead. Kevin.
Yeah, there's if you get my screen for just for a second, yeah, this is the stuff that Jesus would do a lot with his textures, and you can kind of see some of his inking, the feathering, and
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So yeah, you would definitely know Jesus because he'd add all this little extra bits of different textures.
Look at that forearm, though, dude.
Yeah. So just a little something there. I just wanted to throw in.
Is that Red Wolf?
Yeah.
They threw in a lot of Avengers in this miniseries. They weren't like they would throw variants because this all had something to do with Kang, and I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but there were lots of variants of Avengers in the story.
Yeah. And that's a great thing with a story like that is you can kill whoever you want.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hellstorm says, Mike, just curious, did Ernie Reyes Jr. ever heal up? His kidneys are gone. He's like on permanent dialysis. So I don't know if they're gone, like gone, but they're, he's on permanent dialysis.
That's rough. Whew.
Yeah. This is all making me want to draw.
There you go.
The Thing.
So great.
The Babe Ruth poster back here.
I know. Look at the detail he put in it. It's like so good.
This actually looks a little bit like that Barry Windsor Smith version of The Thing that was in Marvel Fanfare. If you ever saw that story. With all this sort of
I have to look it up.
broken line work in here. And
Look at the shading in the freaking wood grain.
Yeah. I would do stuff like that, and the inkers would tell me, "You don't need to do that, man. You don't need to do that."
That's when I just turn it all black.
Oh, look at this, man. He totally doxed himself.
It's true.
Yep.
Stupid
How
thing.
dare he? He was doxing.
Oh,
himself
he did get
before.
lazy on the stamps, though. He didn't even draw in the stamps. Jeez.
What a hack.
Wow.
Oh, geez. He didn't really detail that little thing that's smaller than my pinky thumb or pinky nail. Oh, no.
I like this. The body language on the thing here is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And the fabric. Look at those pants.
Mm-hmm. How heavy that line is.
I think him and Frank Cho probably do the best fabric.
Yeah, Frank does a really nice job of that.
Mm-hmm.
Vic for $5 says, at his wake, talk about your conversation you had with him about the industry. Then I'll, at the end, tell them to order Shadow of the Conqueror and Funky Monkeys. Thank you, Vic, for
Good advice there.
mm-hmm.
Very.
Hmm.
That's gorgeous stuff right there.
Yeah.
The bricks. The bricks. Not Hans bricks. Ooh, what's that?
X-Men.
Is that Mark Farmer inks?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's Cam Smith.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Went the wrong way there. Now hang on a second. This is a chick's body with an ugly dude's face. What is going
Wait a
on here?
minute. It's Translocks.
Who's that?
Translocks.
Oh, I get it. Ha, ha, ha. Seriously, what's going on here?
I don't know.
I shall
Is
not.
that Mr. Sinister?
I cannot abide this.
Get up, get up, get up. You swore to defend the X-Men. Psylocke, no. That doesn't really tell us anything.
No.
Well, no, it's this dude here in the panel one. Is he like
No. Psylocke's the one with
super-
the sword.
Yeah, but he becomes like Psylocke, right?
What?
By touching her, maybe? Like
Wait, what happens in panel
like
3?
he's the adaptoid or something?
Is he the mimic?
I don't know. See, he's reaching for Psylocke here in panel 2. He's grabbing her face. That's her eye. And his fingers around her eye.
I can't see what's happening in panel 3, though. It's too small.
Oh.
Vic says, hey, that's Svarog.
That's Bishop coming in going, hey,
Oh.
what's going on? And then he turns and sees Psylocke's a dude now.
They've merged.
But then who's this down here?
It's... I don't know. I can't see the goatee.
Maybe he's merging into Psylocke and then becomes Psylocke here.
Yeah.
No.
That page looks so
Transition
Alan
force.
Davis, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what happened. He's like transforming. He's half turned into Psylocke, and then he's all the way here. And then he has the chick face again, right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, the guy in the first panel has Bishop's is grabbing Bishop's head. So
Turns out in comics you need words.
Well, there's no word. There's balloons here and here.
you know what? If we knew what that dude's powers were, it would make it probably
Right.
a lot clearer.
But he comes in here.
He's
Yeah,
clearly
he touches her
shape-shifting, right?
face, and then Bishop gets up, and then he turns and see that he's like half Psylocke, and then I think he's all Psylocke because he has the collar. Look at the collar is still here.
Al says
He's-
that's the evil mutant catfish.
Well, that was a disturbing time to move off that. But let's see if we can get some more information. Bishop 4. Let's see. Mount Joy gets the drop on Psylocke in this dramatic action page. Image area measures blah blah blah.
Doesn't get better.
Mount Joy.
It
Oh,
does not get better.
several word balloon paste ups are missing, so that might have explained it had we had the rest of.
He's Mount Joy. That's a combination of Almond Joy and
Yeah, I was thinking Mounds and Almond Joy, Mount Joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, right? So apparently
Wow.
he's not
Wow.
feeling like nuts right here.
Oh, maybe.
Mount Joy is a mutant who was trained by the Emplates to merge with another person's body in order to feed. So, yep, you're right.
Oh, see, there you go.
Originally from the same future as Bishop.
Oh, so
Sometimes you feel
Sometimes
like
he
a nut.
feels like a nut.
Sometimes you don't. Dun, dun,
He
dun,
is. He's
dun.
the trapster. He's the catfish.
look at that chopper in that city scene in panel 1.
Ah, it's like Lone Star driving through the window.
Yeah. Jeez.
Wow. I never saw this though, so I wasn't copying.
Look at that shot. Cap like jumping off his motorcycle,
Yeah. This is Ultimates.
full air. Or so, I mean, how much do you think this motorcycle costs? Because it's about to go crash on the pavement below.
True.
And that's a pretty big investment, dude.
Is that Hawkeye hanging from the
Down
headline?
here, hanging on the.
Yeah.
I think it is. He's got the little pouch on his back. I think that's Hawkeye. So he totally just like. This has got to be like $1 million motorcycle, don't you think? And
No,
just-
he probably just grabbed it from some kid off
No,
the street.
look, it's pretty styling, man. It's too. Look at that. That's too styling to be
Yeah,
just.
the motorcycles are cheap.
Not if they're like super high tech and can shoot rockets, James Bond type
I don't
stuff.
see any rockets.
Well, that's because they're hidden.
I don't think so.
What's this little canister thing here?
The
What is
muffler?
Oh man, I guess it is. A muffler like that, especially if it's chrome, that's going to cost some money.
This is shield funds.
Yeah, well,
Don't you
maybe
get
it's
a loaner.
it could be a Yamaha too, and then he just like, what the heck, Yeah, all right. Well, gentlemen, I got to take the garbage out.
It's trash night.
It
At
is.
the low Presty house.
I
Hey,
do.
Aaron is gonna be with me on Night's Watch all stream tomorrow night. So please, everybody, do jump over there. We're going to be talking about the shadow banning on Indiegogo, and Aaron will give his case for why the I don't know, many viewers of Night's Watch should back his book, even though they can't find it on Indiegogo.
That's right. Well, because you got to stick it to the man. That's why.
Well, yeah, it sounds like the man is sticking it to you, Aaron.
Well, that's why I have to beat the man, because I'm too far into the campaign to do anything about it. I mean, we've complained
Yeah.
and emailed.
They
but-
sent Mount Joy after him.
That's right. I'll send
Yeah.
Mount Joy after him.
You know what you could do is you could create another alternate cover and do a unique alternate cover campaign on Kickstarter.
I was thinking about that, but this already got 4 covers to it. I'm just like, ugh.
So I did 9 on one of mine. You did one of them.
How do you? If you had 9 covers on that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a pain in the butt.
Well, it's money.
Yeah, I suppose.
And Kickstarter will probably not shadow ban you.
But they might. Didn't they have some like anti?
They didn't shadow
conservative-
ban Magnificent 7.
They what? They
They
didn't.
didn't even shadow
Oh.
ban Magnificent 7.
Wait a minute! I thought they wouldn't let you on with that. That's why you went. to
No,
Indiegogo with
they
that,
wouldn't.
didn't you?
They wouldn't let me on with Lone Star 2 because I had Lone Star beating up Mexicans,
Mm.
which they weren't Mexicans; they were Salvadoran. But you know,
Did you say that Lone Star was Mexican too, so he's just beating up his own people, and then maybe they were
Yeah,
okay
right.
with that?
no, they weren't okay with it at all. They rejected the campaign. Oh, Amy's posting a picture on the draw along. All right, let's check that out before we nope out of here. Draw along, draw along. I don't see it, Amy.
What happened to
Chop,
Kevin?
Chop chop.
happened
Kevin's
to
been
Kevin?
having technical issues all night. Kickstarter didn't even ban John Delarose. That's right.
Well, with my cover,
Amazingly, it turns out that Indiegogo might just be more woke than Kickstarter.
well, they just formed a comic book committee, and that's when all this stuff started happening. And so somebody got on the committee and is in there messing around with us. So,
There's a comic book committee.
yep.
Hmm.
So if you're have any problems with your campaign, you're supposed to email this comic branch or whatever it is, and that's obviously, and they're not responding to any of our emails.
This is from Amy or Melissa? I thought it was from Amy, but Melissa's saying she's done. Very cute. Sorry, I don't know how to. Stupid thing only does 2 sizes. Oh wait,
You're
no,
as
I
bad
can
as
scroll
me.
up. No,
You're as bad as me.
see, I figured it out. You hit control and then scroll your mouse. Very cute, very cute. And that is, yeah, that's Amy. That's Amy. Thank you, Amy. Is this
cool.
from it's from Aerosmith, right? It looks very much like it's from Aerosmith.
Well, Aerosmith's that little dragon, right? Or there's a little dragon in Aerosmith.
Yeah, yeah. See. Spot on. Spot on. Thank you. Changing your vote for Amy. Yeah, I vote for Amy too. Thank you for being the only one to send anything in. I do appreciate it.
Are we supposed to be drawing tonight?
No,
Good.
I wasn't up to doing a drawn and quartered. I wanted to memorialize my favorite artist. And
Well, we've certainly done that.
yes. God bless you, Carlos Pacheco, wherever you are. Flights of Angels.
Hopefully in the right place.
Yep. Yeah, I never had that conversation with him, but hopefully. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Elliot, you gonna hang out for a bit after?
I'm working on stuff. If you want to hang out, I don't have to. If you want to chill,
all right. Well,
whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do, I'm here for you, brother.
I want to go grab my burrito.
I can't
Taco
have a
Bell.
burrito.
Taco Bell.
All right, let's wrap up the stream and then we'll chat after. Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, guys. See ya. See you tomorrow.
Wraith of God. I don't. Hey, look, Kevin's back.
Yes.
Time to say goodbye.
Oh, great. I didn't know that. Can you hear me?
It's all right, Kevin. We're gonna do the after stream hangout too. So.
Oh, okay.
Except
Can you
Aaron,
guys-
he's got trash to take out. So.
Yeah.
All right. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.